Hi, my name's Donah Justice, and I'm your career counselor at University of Houston Career Services. I'm excited to be starting this workshop series, and today's first topic is talking about what services and resources we provide to you at University Career Services. So to talk about what we will be discussing in today's workshop, I'd first like to talk about my career journey and how I ended up becoming a career counselor. We'll then be talking about the services and resources that we offer to you as undergraduate students at the College of Education. And then I'll be talking about at the end why getting experience as an undergrad student is very important when searching for an internship or a job, or even applying to graduate school. So to tell you a little bit about my career journey, I went to the University of Texas at Austin for my undergraduate degree. I majored in psychology, and I really chose my major because my mom suggested it. She says, you know what, you're nice and you like talking to people. I think psychology could be a good fit for you and become a counselor. So I said, sure, let me do that. So as I was taking my classes, I really enjoyed what I was learning and the classes I was in, but I always still had an interest in styling and writing. So I got experience in both those areas. I got an internship in fashion and I minored in rhetoric writing. I still ended up deciding to go ahead and complete my psychology degree. But when I got to my senior year, it was really challenging for me because I knew I wanted to go to grad school, but I wasn't ready to quite go right after undergrad. But I wasn't sure what I was going to do for a full time position. I was very fortunate that I found a job that I applied to called Advice Texas. It was a new program at the University of Texas at Austin that sent new recent grads to underrepresented or low income high schools to help the students apply to college. So I got the position. I stayed in Austin. I worked at one of the high schools and found out that I really loved working with college age students. So stayed there for 3 years and then decided it was time to go to grad school. So I applied to grad school and I actually ended up going to the College of Education at University of Houston for their Master in Counseling program. So when I came to University of Houston, I still thought I was, you know what, like I like career counseling, I like counseling in general, but I really have an interest in like families and couples. So I assumed that that was the internship that I was going to get. But when it came time for me to get my internship in the counseling program, I actually got it at University Career Services and ended up really loving it. I was really fortunate that I worked really hard, took a lot of opportunities within the office, and that when it came time for me to graduate, there was a position that opened up, and then I applied and was able to get it. So I share my story to connect with any of you who may be in similar boats that I was in. Maybe you're not sure about your major or you're a senior about to graduate and you're like, you know what, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I definitely connect with you in that area. And that's what University Career Service is all about. We as career counselors are here to support you in your career journey. So what services do we provide to you? First is our career counseling. This semester, all our events, all our counseling, it is virtual, but there's different ways you can still connect with the staff members. First is through our virtual chats. These are 15-minute non-scheduled appointments where you can live chat with the counselor. You won't have to have your video on, it's just a text feature. When you go to our website, uh.edu/UCS, when you see that Get Help button and it's red, you know that we're live and that there's a staff member available. It may be me, it may be a different counselor. We all rotate on the schedule, but someone will be there to provide quick questions. Maybe you need your resume reviewed, a cover letter, LinkedIn review, or just have a question about our office. That would be a great time to attend the virtual chat. Now, if you need a little bit more time, maybe you want to talk about what you can do with your major, or maybe you want to talk about grad school and you want to spend some more time with the counselor, then you can set up an appointment directly with me on Cougar Pathway. I'll talk more in a couple slides what Cougar Pathway is, but you can set up a 30-minute counseling appointment for any of these topics listed below, and you can make as many appointments as you need. Even once you graduate, you still have access to our office for up to 6 months for free. That's including career counseling and all the virtual events and workshops I'll be talking about soon. Even after that, we have an alumni subscription. It's $50 for 6 months, but again, access to all our services. So I like to tell students that we're really here for you for whatever stage you're at. You just have to make sure you reach out and connect. So in addition to the career counseling appointments, we do also offer events and workshops. You can see our save the date for this fall semester included everything from the JCPenney Suit Up event. This is an event where students were given a discount code to shop for professional clothing, different career fairs, and then our prep weeks. But for our prep weeks are really unique because we actually invite professors or different individuals working in different industries to come out and connect with you, the students. So they may present on a workshop, or they may do things such as reviewing your resume, reviewing your cover letters, and providing you feedback. My biggest advice to students as an undergrad is make sure that you try to build relationships with people who are in the field you're interested in. The reason why is because one, those individuals can give you really good advice about what those next steps after graduation look like. And two, you never know if maybe they can refer you for a specific position, maybe within their company or maybe to a different company. We also have virtual workshops, which are every Wednesday at 12 p.m. You can see there's a variety of topics. All you have to do is log into Cougar Pathway and RSVP for the workshops you're interested in. The day of the workshop, you'll receive an email with the login information for either Teams or Zoom. So we talked about services. Now, what resources do we provide to you? So you heard me mention Cougar Pathway. Cougar Pathway is our online platform that you'll find when you log into Access UH. It is where you can schedule a career counseling appointment, RSVP for the upcoming events. But we also have an internship and job board on Cougar Pathway. Now, the internship and job board, it is for all types of positions, all types of majors. So it can be everything from work study all the way up to full-time. What's nice is that you can actually apply directly through Cougar Pathway for that position. Employers, they log into Cougar Pathway to post their position, so they know you're a current student or you're going to be a recent grad, and they want to hire our students. So whenever you're looking for experiences, I recommend for students to start on Cougar Pathway because you have a pool of employers ready to hire you. Some online resources that we offer. When you log into our website, one of the tabs you'll see is called the Student tab. When you click on that, you'll see then a Career Resources tab. From there, you'll be able to view our Coup Careers workbook. In this workbook, we have a career handout for most topics you can think about. If you're someone who likes to write down their thoughts, process what they want to say, maybe for an interview for a career fair prep, you can print out the handout. You can write down your responses, and then if you still have questions or you want to practice maybe with a career counselor, you can schedule an appointment. We do also have VMOC Smart Resume. VMOC is a free platform for current students at University of Houston. You get 10 free uploads a year. And what this does is that once you upload the resume, you get instant feedback, not only your format, but the content. It actually gives you a score too to say like where you're sitting in comparison to other College of Education students who have uploaded their resume. This is really great if it's, let's say, the weekend after hours, our office is closed, but you need that resume review for an upcoming event. You can upload the resume, get that instant feedback, and then update the resume for that event. Professional dress resources. While there may not be a lot of face-to-face interviews happening right now, there are still online interviews. And we recommend that you still dress professionally for these interviews from head to toe. So even though maybe on the screen someone's only able to see maybe from your shoulders up, one, I think dressing from head to toe professionally just puts you in the right mindset of thinking, I'm in this interview, I feel professional, I feel confident. And two, the other reason is that if you ever have to move, maybe you get disconnected, you have to move somewhere to a better place to get internet, you want to make sure that you're dressed professionally from head to toe, just in case that happens. So if you are looking for professional dress, we have a couple of different resources. One is our UCS Career Closet. So our UCS Career Closet has suits in a variety of styles and sizes for individuals who identify as both males and females. So what it looks like is that you first make an appointment through Cougar Pathway for a career closet. This would be the time that you would come and pick up the suit. From there, you would fill out a career closet survey. The survey asks questions about your size, style. That's going to help the staff member who receives your survey to pick out the suit for you. Because of COVID, we are not having students try on these suits, but you would come to our office, pick up the suit. There's no fee during the pandemic, so it will be free for you to rent, and you'll have 48 hours to rent and then bring back to our office. Now, if you are looking for professional attire for more events or you're looking for something to keep, we do partner with Dress for Success and Career Gear. Dress for Success supports individuals who identify as females, and Career Gear supports individuals who identify as males. But these are two nonprofits in Houston that provide free professional suiting to referrals. University of Houston Career Services is one of the referral sites. So if you know you're in a season where you're going to be interviewing a lot, you can make an appointment with a career counselor. For Career Gear, we would fill out some paperwork. They are still taking appointments on Wednesdays from 12 to 4. So you'd actually be able to go to the site, try on a suit, and then keep it. For Dress for Success, they're doing something very similar to our office. We would fill out some paperwork with you, send it to Dress for Success. You would also fill out a survey, answering questions such as size, style. They'll have a volunteer pick a suit for you, and then you would go to Dress for Success to pick up that suit, but you would get to keep it as well. Assessments. So if you're at a stage where maybe you're unsure about your major, not sure what you want to do after you graduate, or you just want to do some career exploration, we offer 4 different assessments that you could take at our office. The first 3 on top, they are $15 each because they are psychological assessments. But as career counselors, you would schedule an appointment with us. We review what each of the assessments measure. If you decide to take it, we give you the instructions on how to take the assessment and pay for it. You can take it at home. And then we would schedule a follow-up appointment to review the results with you. The one on the left called Strong, this comes from John Holland's career theory. He had this theory that if you look at different work environments, you typically find similar interests and personalities amongst the people working in that environment. So his thinking was that you want to try to find an environment where you have similar interests and personalities. So with Strong, that's what it would measure. When we go over to the MBTI, this will measure your personality, whether you're an extrovert, introvert, how you like to structure your day, how you make decisions. This is really great to see maybe what work environment's best for you and how you are yourself in a work environment. And lastly, the strengths. Strengths Quest comes from positive psychology. So when you take the assessment, there's 31 strengths it will measure you on, and it will give you your top 5. This assessment is really useful right before an interview, especially if you're having a hard time coming up with a response to what are my strengths or why should I be selected for this position. You'll automatically, from this assessment, get 5 strengths that you can then think about when have I done it and when can I provide an example for this upcoming interview. But if you want to get started with assessments, we do have a free one available on our website called Focus 2. Focus 2 is actually going to measure responses from your personality, your strengths, your interest. What is really nice about Focus 2 is that once you take the assessment, it's going to give you a list of different occupations to further research based on your response. But within those occupations, it'll actually let you know what majors at U of H are connected to those occupations. So the last topic that I want to cover is why experience is important. So as undergraduate students, you may feel like you know what, I'm just going to wait till my senior year to get experience. But why experience is really important and why it's important to start getting it as earliest as you can is because employers are wanting you to come with a certain skill set when you're applying for jobs or even applying to graduate school. So NACE is our national organization, and they each year ask employers, what are you looking for in new candidates? What kind of skills do you want to see? These are the skills that are most mentioned. I would say, based on my conversations with employers, professionalism and critical thinking are the big ones that they're looking for, especially in new graduates, because those are the skills they're noticing that new graduates are having the hardest time with. So in order to develop these skills, we got to get experience, right? And there's a lot of different ways to get experience. So of course you can get a paid position, but you can also start off by volunteering. Volunteering is a good way, especially if you're interested maybe in a specific field, but you're like, I'm not sure, maybe I want to commit to it all the way. You can start to volunteer to see, are you liking this environment? Are you liking what you're doing? You could shadow. For those interested in the healthcare profession, you could shadow a physician, shadow a healthcare provider to see what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. Campus involvement definitely counts. If you're a leader, that is great experience to have on your resume. And a lot of those skills that we saw earlier, you'll naturally develop being in that leadership position. You could go visit companies. So if any companies you're interested in have the opportunity for you to go meet with different individuals, you can do that. You could participate in an informational interview. What that would be is it would be you reaching out to someone who's in a organization or a job you're interested in. You wouldn't ask for an internship or job. It's really you asking information more about how they got to that position. Maybe what their day-to-day looks like. Did they have to go to grad school? What do they best like about their job? But more information to see if what they're saying, if that's something that connects with you. Part-time jobs, on-campus jobs, research counts too, and of course, internships. So as undergraduate students at the College of Education, in your program, everyone has an internship embedded into it. But that's not to say that if you want to get diverse experience outside of your required internship for the course, you can definitely do that. And if you have questions about like, how do I search for internships? How do I get my documents ready? Then you can schedule an appointment with me and then we can talk more about that. And speaking about experience, we will be having a Health and Age DFS internship conference on November 11th. I'll be sending out more information this week about the conference, but it's going to be similar to the fairs that we hosted in the past. But this is going to give you also the opportunity to learn more about how to get ready for internships. And then you'll also be able to connect with different employers who are hiring for interns for the spring semester. So I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this workshop today. I look forward to working with each and every one of you, and I hope you have a great rest of the semester. Go Cougs!